What's going on, everyone? We are back and we are doing the Pirate Alliance Kizuna Clash Super Boss Challenges Smoker. I'm basically just kind of going through it just to get the tickets for the exchange. These are the two teams that I seem to have got to work. This first team, I will say, I got this from, I think it was a Toadski video. So shout out to Toadski. The one thing I would say it did, I'm just going to try and see if I can get the friend captain. The one thing I would say is that it did seem to be dependent on, well, not dependent, but you really want to have the Yamato to be awakened. Because that does seem to make a difference, I think. So let's just see here. Let's just take you, St. Saturn, as the friend captain. Yeah, this is the one we want to do. So I'm just going to do one round of both, the DEX and I think it's the strength variant, just so people can see. Hopefully, it's not too. It's pretty straightforward. This is quite a challenging super boss, I must admit. It just has just enough mechanics that I totally get, like, people would be potentially quite frustrated with it. So don't feel too bad. If you're in Pirate Alliances, that's going to make all the difference, is what I would say. But, you know, just try and do what you can. The only other thing is, as well, is this isn't a perfect team because I don't really have a lot of the supports to make it really, really good. The one thing I would say is that this Nami Sanji makes a huge difference because they remove the hunger mechanic, so that's pretty important. And then you want to activate their special on this round because it also removes the damage reduction, which is, again, super important. So other than that, you can just attack here straight forward. And I mean, you don't need to get the super tandem now, so I would just attack. To the next round. So here's the actual super boss. Now, we're going to, again, depending on the supports you have, the supports would bring down this defense boost, but I found the first time we did it, it's not hugely important. What I would say is that if you had a better support, there's a Brook support that you can add to Nami and Sanji. The only issue is that it doesn't seem to add for me when I try and put them on. So yeah, we want to activate the super, the special of Kuma. That's going to be really, really good. So that's going to first off allow us to use more of our specials. Next then is we're going to be looking for our Luffy. You can do the tap timings if you want. I think probably you're going to get more damage later on by doing it, but for the sake of this, I've just decided not to. So I'm just being a bit lazy, I must admit. So then what we're looking to do is we will be looking to do Kuma's EX ability. And by doing that, that's also going to then trigger St. Garcia Saturn's ability. I do think that we're going to use Kuma's special again. I do think that this mission expects you to use the Versus Saint... I keep forgetting his name, Nojudo. But I haven't really found a team that I'm super comfortable with using right now with it, so I'll maybe come back and create another team. So yeah, you want to act, and again, this is the big thing, so if you've got Yamato's full limit break, she'll have her special ready. If not, you'll be missing it, and that's key. You really want to have her be able to activate this because you're wanting to be able to remove one of these icons. So in this instance, we're going to choose this. And Smoker's going to throw up another shield, which is fine. So now we're going to activate St. Garcia Saturn. Alright. Which again, absolutely fine. So next then we are going to activate his EX Super. And now we've got the sort of final bit, which is just using the Usopp and a Lilith switch, then activating their special. Alright, and that's kind of us. So theoretically, this should be you. You should be ready, available, all the good stuff, willing to. You should be able to kind of take him down relatively easy here. So let's just get our sort of super tandem started. Yeah, there you go. I mean, yeah, very. So, you know, you've got a million, even though he's still got, as you can see, the shields up, we literally just one-tapped him. And I know it's kind of early stages, but this will find you well going through most of. I think this will find you going through pretty well. Now, the next team I will show you is the next team I'll show you is a bit of a variant of a team that I've seen everybody else running. I think most people will choose to run this Luffy as captain, but we are doing it just a little bit differently. Shouldn't really matter, if I'm being super honest. It really just depends on what is important. Is you do want to be running this ship. And the reason is because the ship ability deals additional damage at the end of the turn, and that's going to be super important. From what I've seen, you can survive one turn and still get the win, but you're more likely going to basically, he'll survive the one bit of damage, and then you're kind of stuck at that point. So you're going to do 2 runs for the sake of just a little bit of after damage at the end of a turn. So basically, we're just simply attacking. The only thing to keep in mind with this one is it's going to be super important that you kind of want to activate Boa's specials after you've activated like Luffy's specials. Now, we were quite lucky getting Garp and Kobe. He's basically designed for this stage. So what you want to do is you want to do the switch, and we're just going to activate his super. It literally kind of does everything for us there, which is amazing. And again, we're just going to tap through. Actually, I've realised that we're getting 500 heal, which means I've not put a heal on someone, and I can't remember who it is. I think it's Jinbei. I don't think I've properly thinged Jinbei, but, you know, that's fine. So, this is pretty straightforward. What we're going to do is we're going to just switch, get their EX Super ready. Right, we're going to activate Luffy. Again, you don't need to hit everything right here, but again, going to be fairly straightforward. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold, and of course it's just starting up right now that I'm recording. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So we're just going to activate that, just reduce the damage reduction. We're going to activate that. Again, we kind of want to activate a lot of things before we activate Boa, because Boa is obviously going to give us boosts that we're going to want to see. Again, super straightforward. The key thing is basically here is that with all of this in mind, the thing we're looking at proper is the fact that he has a survivability. So obviously this icon here, this is where obviously Don Krieg's ship comes in handy because it's going to deal end of turn damage. And we just activate Jinbei at the very end, and we've kind of got, so we've got everything we need. And again, you're going to see it here, low level. What we are going to want to do, because we still have that ignite, there we go, is you're not going to want to hit all your perfects, but again, you see more than enough damage there. Didn't need to worry about. And that end of turn damage from the Don Krieg ship basically just wins us the game. So there you go, fairly straightforward. Those are my two teams. The only thing I would say is the one thing I do know that would make it a million times easier. Oh, we don't have the tickets. Let me see. There we go. The only thing that would make it a million times easier, these are the crews also that I'm running, for anybody that wants to see for just the 10 stars. So again, just simple, straightforward, basically running pretty much the entirety of the Blackbeard Pirates for both of them. The only thing that would make it easier is on the Nami Sanji, there is a Brook variant that you can get, which I do have with his full support, but for some reason it is not equipping to that Sanji Nami, and I don't know why. So if anybody knows, absolutely give me a shout, because that would be really useful. And I suppose I'm on the kind of end bit. I'll just see, do we get lucky here in our next 100? No, that's fine. What about this 100 tickets? Or is it going to come down to our literal last 100? Who's that? There we go. So that's Smoker done. So now all we're looking for is we'll just use our last 100 to get that Blackbeard, just because we like the dupes. Okay, guys, hope that was useful. If you have any questions, just let me know. Oh, in fact, there we go. Wait a minute. I'll just show you very quickly the Brook I'm talking about. So if you can equip this Brook, because it does say, now it does say Nami Sanji, Tony Chopper is who he can support, but I can't seem to attach him, which is very bizarre. But as you can see, his level 5 is once per quest. If the enemy activates defense up, reduce all enemies' defense up duration by 2 turns at the start of the crew's next turn. So the idea would be if I could equip that, it would be fantastic, because that would then mean that he has less damage reduction going into the Smoker fight, but for whatever reason, I can't seem to equip it. So if anybody knows what I'm doing wrong there, why that's not doing it, let me know. I've noticed it with a few characters now, where I should be able to add their support to a character and it doesn't let me. So let me know if you have come across this. But other than that, guys, yeah, hope this was helpful. Have a great day, and I'll catch you all next time.